Hi, today we're going to share with you some features and benefits as well as some information on installing and setting up your new ADI scoreboard. There are three different versions. There's a standard version, a wireless version, and a traffic light version, which you'll see in front of me. This is the 550 version. Also, we're going to use an IND 780 terminal for some of the demonstration purposes today, such as showing you how to hook it up, wire it properly for communication, and also going to go into some of the menu features such as brightness and multi-continuous for axle weighing. In addition to that, we're going to turn it around and show you some of the mounting options that we offer for wall mounting, which will be standard, and then we have three different options for column or pole mounting. The Mettler-Toledo ADI display is a highly visible display for indoor and outdoor use with truck scales, floor scales, and other industrial applications. There are three versions of the ADI remote display. The ADI 150 has 120mm characters with standard wired option. The ADI 155 is the same display with a wireless option. We also have the ADI 550, which has the same character height but also has a traffic light integrated into the display. The remote displays come with a 3-meter power cord as well as a 15-meter data cable for all wired versions.
All the ADI scoreboards can be mounted in different ways. The standard hardware that comes with the unit is for a wall mount display. We also have three different pole mount kits that have additional hardware so that you can mount it to different diameter poles. All of the ADI scoreboards come with an aluminum extrusion case with a slot that allows you to integrate the mounting hardware into the unit. The standard unit comes with a mounting bracket and then these mounting tabs that slide into the unit. And I'll show you how these slide into the unit. So first you take these, and these have a set screw so you can lock them in place. So you take this and first slide it into the slot. So you can slide this and it'll lock into the unit. And then once you have the correct spot, you can turn the set screw to lock it in place. So you can mount the stainless steel bracket to the wall using the screws, and then you basically mount the display and lock it into the tabs. The ADI displays come with a standard wall mounting bracket, but if you plan on mounting the ADI scoreboards to a pole, we have different pole kits that give you a bracket. So this bracket actually holds the ADI display as well as the hardware to attach it to different size poles and different shaped poles. So we have a pole kit that can take up to a 90mm diameter, 115mm diameter, or 125mm square tube. To use the pole mount kit, the first thing you want to do is get the associated hardware that comes with the kit, and you'll mount this to the pole, and then you'll use the bracket with the hardware to actually set the display in. So once the bracket is mounted to the pole, you'll grab the ADI display and you'll lift it into the shelf of the kit.
When you're ready to attach the data communications cable to the ADI, first want to flip the ADI on its face. And then you'll want to remove the end plate. There's 4 Phillips head screws. And once those are removed, you can reach inside and there's a small handle to slide out the boards. Each ADI comes with a 15-meter data communication cable. It's a 4-wire cable. So for this example, we're just going to run it through. And then we're going to connect it up to COM1 and use RS-232 as transmit and receive ground. Once we've connected the communication wire up from the ADI, we're going to connect it into this IND 780. So for this example, we've already run the cable into the rear and connected it to the Phoenix connector with transmit and ground. We're going to connect it into COM2. the data communication cable connected between the IND 780 and the ADI scoreboard, we'll go into the setup of the indicator, navigate to communication, into connections, and we'll add a new continuous output connection for COM2. And we'll use our scale 1 as the trigger. No checksum. And then exit all the way to the home screen of that indicator. Once you've added the connections to the indicator, you should be able to see the weight display on the ADI. To access the setup of the scoreboard, I'm going to slide the panel out. There's 4 buttons on the rear. And it includes enter, return, and up, down, and those help you navigate through the setup. So now we're going to enter in the setup. And for a complete list of all the setup options, please refer to your user's guide. To adjust the input connection, go to option 3. By default, it's set to single scale, and that's standard continuous mode, and that's the default value. And if you need to change that, you can press the up-down buttons, scroll through multi-continuous, with some other options here. Again, for a complete list of all those options, please refer to your user's guide. Once the selection has been made, you press enter to select it, and then you can hit return to exit all the way back to the main display. One of the new features on the ADI scoreboard is the brightness setting. So when set up, just navigate to number 5, which is brightness. Press the enter, and you can adjust it 1, 2, 3, or 4. 2 is the default setting. And set it to 4, press enter. You can see that it's much brighter. On the ADI 50, it has traffic light control. And if you want to use that and control it from an indicator, specifically we're going to discuss the IND 780, you can set up the input as extended continuous. So enter in the setup, select input, navigate by pressing the up arrow to the extended option, press enter to select it, and you can return back out. What I've done here is the IND 780 has already been configured for extended continuous. We can step through that process next. Alright, so far what we've done is we've discussed connecting and using the scoreboard with one scale. A secondary option is that we can use what's called our echo output. With that, we can have multiple displays displaying the exact same piece of information. So that would be a usage, and that would be a bidirectional scale with scoreboards on each end of the scale with the same piece of weight data. And the third option is using it with multiple scales. And if we have where we want to display a sum scale and then each individual scale weight, and we can daisy chain each one of the scoreboards together as a multi-scale output. Next, what we're going to do is configure the scoreboard for multi-scale operation. The first thing you'll want to do is go and set the input, so it's option 3, and then you'll want to adjust it to either multi-1 or multi-2. Please refer to your user's guide for specific usage. Once you set it for the multi-scale, we'll also need to adjust it and specify the address of this specific scoreboard. And that option is option 12. And each scoreboard comes default as address 1. And you can then set the associated address to the scale. So it'll be scale 1, 2, 3, 4, or the sum scale is 5. Or if you want to broadcast a message, you can set the address to 0. For this example, we'll set it to address 2. To configure the extended continuous connection in the IND 780, navigate to Setup, Add the communication. Connection. Add new. Again, in this case, we're using COM2. And we'll set the assignment as continuous extended. And we're using scale 1. And we'll use address 1 and checksum disable. We can exit back to the home screen.
Thank you for taking time to watch this Mettler-Toledo video on ADI remote displays. If you have any questions, please contact us.